So we've just been to the stables and the riding school, and both of those date from 1766 and grade 1 listed. And now we are here, David, at the Camellia House, which is stunning. And this dates from early 1800s. What do you know about the building, David?
Well, what you see probably dates from the 1800s. Part of the development phase of the project is to learn a little bit more about, or unpick a bit of the history of this building, because certainly we believe that the Camellia House as we know it was built early 1800s to house a newly acquired collection of camellias, which at the time was quite a novelty, and those camellias are still in the Camellia House, which is even more remarkable given what has happened to the building in the intervening years. But behind it is, we believe, an earlier building, which may well have been Lady Rockingham's tea room. But probably there was an earlier building before that, which may well have been a glass house. But we're not sure. So part of the project is all about checking out those facts, checking out the history, doing a bit of research so we can be a little bit more certain about the evolution of this building.
Yeah, I absolutely love the name, Lady Rockingham's Tea Room. That's just spectacular. Hopefully that stays in some way, shape or form. Okay, shall we have a little look inside?
Yes.
Okay, are we going through the front door?
Through the front door.
Okay, here we go. Right then, David, tell me what you know. What's the plan for here?
Okay, well, we're a little bit more certain about the intended future use for this building, which is to return it to use as a tea room, which part of the building was at some point in its history, but probably not this area. We don't think this was ever a tea room. It's the other half of this building that was a tea room. So the camellias are very important. They are some of the earliest examples of camellias certainly in England and probably in the Western world. Again,
really? How do you know this?
Well, we have had specialists come and have a look, particularly the people from Chiswick. There's a very important collection of camellias at Chiswick, which is a larger collection than this. But some of the camellias here are not featured in the collection at Chiswick. So between them, they're both very important examples of camellias when they were first being introduced into the English country garden. And the irony, of course, is that because they were such exotic plants, they would need very special conditions to look after them. So people built camellia houses such as this to house them, and they put in heating systems and water irrigation systems.
It's very high tech for the day.
High-tech. And of course, this building has suffered so much over the years that it is now offering very little protection to the camellias, and the camellias seem to be surviving incredibly well.
Surviving and thriving. I mean, they're massive trees, aren't they?
Yeah.
So what does this mean? Obviously, now you know their significance. What does this mean in terms of what you can actually do in terms of redevelopment?
Well, it means that they stay where they are.
So they become a part of they are the feature. They are a feature.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And a very important part, and they can be part of the interpretation.
Before we leave the grounds, we've got the Camellia House to our backs. What's the plan for this piece of landscape here?
Yeah, well, the intention is to return it to use as a pond and fountain.
Right, so we're just about to head into the back of the Camellia House. Or actually, we should probably call this by its real name. This is the
Lady Rockingham's Tea Room.
Lady Rockingham's Tea Room. Just so fantastic. Now, we were told by a guide this morning on a garden tour of Wentworth Woodhouse Gardens that she used to come here with the ladies while the gentlemen discussed state matters in the staterooms at Wentworth Woodhouse in the mansion, and they would be treated to a cup of tea. So this is very much a lady's domain, but apparently she had loads and loads of animals, a menagerie of animals. She had all sorts of exotic, I think she had lemurs and monkeys, bears, lots of different amazing animals, and rumour has it that she used to stuff them when they died because she was so fond of them, and then they would be in the tea room. So I'm hoping they don't get brought back as part of the interpretation, but it'll be interesting to be able to tell those stories here, won't it?
Indeed.
Okay then. Follow you.
Okay, here we go.
Do you know what amazes me about architects and people like yourself, David, is you can come into places like this And you can see potential, you can see the future, you can see what you could physically do to make it right, to make it good. Quick look around. Again, lots more slates. Ooh, will we get to go down the stairs later, or is that too dangerous?
Well, I've not been down there, Suzanne.
David, you've not been down the stairs? Okay, I am definitely not going down those stairs.
Who knows what might be down there?
I know, lurking. Hopefully no bear remains. You never know. Maybe all the stuffed animals we talked about. Gosh, that's really high ceiling in here, isn't there?
Yes.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that.
This is going to be a super space. Part of the tea room.
Okay, so would this be behind the scenes? Will this be where the food's prepared? Or will this be for people to sit?
We are thinking this will be a place for people to sit. So the door that we saw, that's the other side of the door.
That felt like that should have been a lot further away.
Okay, well there you are.
There we are.
So we've got the entrance here.
Yep.
Seating area here, and then through the door into the more seating area with the camellias. And then off either side we've got space for kitchen and toilets. That's what we're currently thinking. But like everything else, we're just entering the development phase, and once the architects get hold of it, things might change.
Things might change.
Yeah.
Do we get to look in any other rooms? Was this the main one? Cindy?
Well, you can do if you wish.
Should we have a look? Come on, let's go proper. I'm going to do it. Let's do it properly, as you say.
One step again. One step, then the big step.
Okay.
Previous owners had started to convert this building, so that what you see is modern, because it's their work in progress, right, which they didn't finish. No. So thank you very much for joining us on this whistle-stop tour of some of the buildings at Wentworth Woodhouse. We hope you've enjoyed it and look forward to speaking to you soon.
So these are the current phases of regeneration works here at Wentworth Woodhouse. Now, we haven't got the money for these yet, so we've got lots of work to do to make sure we can get a grant. We have round one funding from the National Lottery Heritage Fund in order to develop those plans and really get that fine level of detail that we need in order to deliver the project. If you have stories about these buildings in particular, we really are keen to hear from you. Please comment in the chat if you'd like to. This film is going to be left on the Facebook page at Wentworth Woodhouse for the foreseeable future, so at any point come back with your thoughts and ideas, and have a fantastic rest of Heritage Open Days this year, and hopefully look forward to seeing you in the future. Bye bye.